Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. Now, I do apologize for being a bit late today, but I have some news that we were recording a video with me and my wife for an upcoming product review. So that will be coming this week, probably tomorrow night actually. So stay tuned for that. That was why we had to go a little bit late today. I do apologize for that. No, it's not Tech and Love Part 2. Still can't convince that part, but getting closer. I feel like I'm getting through there. So then the second bit of news I want to go over before we start the news is there will be no Mobile Weekly next week. They're just basically, we're going to be going on vacation next week, so we will be going to Las Vegas. I might have a vlog of that, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that we will be going to Las Vegas, so we will be out of town. I'm going to be taking lots of photos, lots of videos with some different devices. No headphone jack, whichever ones I take, those are the ones that will come with me. All right, guys, let's get to the news. All right. Now, the first bit of news, it's a bit slower week, actually, after all the big news that happened last week, kind of got everything we really wanted. But this week, we have a little bit more on the patent front from Samsung. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I think we covered Samsung patent on a phone that had a screen that expanded both ways. This, I think, is a lot easier and makes a lot more sense. And that is a phone that basically one side of it is completely the edge design that we originally saw, like on the Note Edge, for instance. And then that screen just kind of stretches out with an expanding mechanism so that you have a bigger screen. That just makes sense to me, honestly. It's like, yeah, that would make it a lot easier to have a phone that expands to a bigger screen, tablet size, that you would obviously enjoy to a much higher degree. And yeah, I love the idea. I love any kind of design that really kind of goes above and beyond. And then again, when it goes back, it's just like a regular phone at that point. So I love this idea. I think this is great. I do want the point to where we get a tablet in our pocket, essentially. And that is, I think, the goal of foldable phones to begin with. We want a bigger screen, but we want to be able to fit in our pocket, not we want a smaller phone per se that fits in our pocket. I still like the idea of a phone turning into a tablet, and I think that would be a much, much better overall experience. Making sure the chat's going on. All right. Yep. Chat's going good, so that's good. All right. Then we also got some case leaks from the Google Pixel 4 XL. And really, we know it's going to have the 3 cameras. Google already confirmed that themselves. But now we're getting word that what to expect from the front. And everything, including a fake one that was posted today, that was updated, that it was fake, had like like 2 cameras here, 1 camera, big camera in the middle, and another one over here, sensor. So it was like an array of cameras. But everything shows we will not have a notch. And I think that would be smart for Google, because that notch last year was hideous, and it definitely deterred sales. It was something that I couldn't get over. Most of you guys know I bought the Pixel 3 XL to begin with, and I returned it and just bought the regular Pixel 3 for all the comparisons that I would be doing. But yeah, it really wasn't a good difference at all whatsoever. For the Pixel XL3, it wasn't worth it at all, so I gladly traded in for a 3. And yeah, so this one, I hope that it looks like this. I love the idea of a very minimal chin if we do have this bigger forehead on the top. Overall, I think this would be a much better design than last year. I don't think it's a great design by any means, but if we get a really beautiful wide selfie camera, like I said, that wide selfie camera for the Pixel 3 was used at my friend's wedding, and it was one of the best shots of him and his beautiful bride in the front with all the groomsmen party and the bride's party in the back, and he was able to get all of us in that shot with the ultra wide selfie camera in the Pixel 3. So that is a great quality camera, and I think that's what I really loved about the Pixel more than anything was the selfie quality. So I'm really curious if these three, the biggest thing that is worrying everyone, I think, about the Pixel 4 XL is the fact, will it have a wide angle? Because as of right now, it does not look like it'll have a wide angle, and I think that would be a detriment to it. And again, it would be Google, I believe, if they wouldn't have a wide angle camera, it would be them again not listening to the trend. See, last year they didn't listen to the trend. Everyone said, we hate this notch, get rid of it. We do not want it on Android. Samsung was like, okay, we're staying clear of that, right? And you know, a lot of other companies did follow suit of Apple. Android users don't want to follow Apple. They don't. And that is the Pixel demographic more so than anything else. So it's a really big thing where, like, at least the OnePlus 6T had like a small little teardrop. It was like a tiny one that wasn't really that bad. Pixel had the biggest one out of all of them, and it ruined their sales. So it was really Google not listening to the trend. Right now, the trend is we want a wide angle camera. So Google, hopefully you listen to that and hopefully you deliver, because it's definitely something that, quite frankly, you need this year. All right, and then we have some leaks about the actual specs of it. And the biggest thing that is going to be that it's going to be slightly taller. So 2280 instead of 2160. And 340 instead of 2960. So overall, bigger displays, taller rather. And it looks like, thank God, we will have 6 gigs of RAM standard. Thank God for that, because the 4 gigs of RAM was stupid. It definitely lagged at times compared to all the other flagship smartphones. And you cannot charge a flagship price with 4 gigs of RAM. It was just so dumb. And it wasn't as smooth as they were trying to claim, so it just really, it was bad all around in that case scenario. 6 gigs of RAM is fine. It's not the most, obviously. We're getting double that in 12 gigs of RAM in some smartphones right now, but at least 6 I think is a good standing point. And with 128 gigs of storage, I think that is expected again now for flagships, especially if they plan on charging flagship prices. Overall, those are the things that we're looking at for sure. There is a bit things about telephoto and all this other stuff of like which cameras we're getting. Again, it looks like right now that we're getting a telephoto, a regular, and a time of flight sensor, and that's it. But we'll have to wait and see. I do think that if they do go the $899 and $999 price point, I think that would be silly. I think they should go $799 and $899 if they really want to compete this year, especially after getting hurt last year with the Pixel 3. I think they need, again, to go a lower tier price point to really sell more. And then we got the official leaks. Last week we had leaks of the Tab S6. Now we're getting exactly what it's going to look like. I really don't understand this magnetic hinge though. The more and more I see it, I'm like, where is the pen going when you have a case on the tablet? Because this part goes away. Or is the magnet strong enough that it's going to go through the case? I'm very curious to see how the cases go with the pen. Where is this pen going when I have the folio case? Because the folio doesn't seem to have any specific spot for the pen. So that's what I'm kind of worried about. I really, I want a place to put my pen. The Tab S4, their case is where you put the pen. It has no place to put the pen without the case. So I at least want, if I have a case, to have a place for the pen. So that's the big thing I would say, but I do like the way it looks overall. I don't have really any complaints about it. I wish they did thin out the bezel a little bit more. It's a tablet, I get it. We don't want to thin it out too much, but I personally want it a little bit more thin. Overall, I think that would be a better experience. But yeah, the pen looks great. I will say that. I'm really curious to see how the keyboard is. Hopefully it is improved. They did bring back the trackpad that has not been around every year. So I'm glad that they brought back the trackpad because, again, that has never been a given. But yeah, no headphone jack is a thing that is basically confirmed at this point. I'm not happy about that. I think in a tablet you should definitely always have a headphone jack, more so. than a regular one. If not, I hope they come with Type-C headphones, but I don't think they honestly will. Fast charging through Type-C, which we'll still have. We had that on the Tab S4, so I was very happy with that. And in fingerprint display scanner. Overall, I'm curious. I probably still will upgrade to it. And it comes in blue, gray, and a rose gold peach kind of color. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I might go for the blue just because it's different for a tablet. I've never had a blue tablet. I've typically gone gray or black. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Although, how will the blue keyboard case look? I guess that'll be my determining factor. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Is this a tablet you're excited for? Are you still excited for Android tablets? Despite what CNET and Gadget and a lot of YouTubers think, Android tablets aren't dead. If you actually add up all the Android tablets every quarter sales, they actually outsell iPads globally. And I hate every time that YouTubers say that, oh, well, Android tablets are on the way out. Android tablets are dead. Why do you even care about Android tablets? They are not da-da-da-da-da. Please know your statistics, because yes, they still outsell iPads globally. If you put all the Android tablets together, that does include Samsung, Amazon, Kindle Fire ones, Xiaomi tablets. It includes Huawei tablets, all of those put together. But obviously, there is a market for it if they're still outselling iPads as tablets in general. So yeah, it does make an impact. Now, Microsoft has definitely come on that scene in the US, and Apple still dominates the US, of course. But it is a thing where overall tablet sales still are going pretty strong. And although I do think it really is lower tier tablets at this point, I still like a high-end tablet, more so with an OLED display more than anything, just for my media consumption. And that's why I will always have probably a tablet just for media consumption and the longer battery life with the OLED display. So this was a really interesting one, and that is Nokia is having an Android feature phone. Now, this is kind of an interesting thing of, well, why would you really want Android on a feature phone? The whole point of a feature phone is for it to be simple. But some people do want simplicity with possibly some smart features. So it is kind of cool that you can like bring Google Assistant to a feature phone. Like just if you want to ask a question, or maybe if you just need to navigate with maps. Or, and this is a big one, I would say, I would love for an Android feature phone to have Uber and Lyft. I think this would work very well for people of a certain age, just because for my dad, for instance, he does not know how to use a smartphone. He knows how to use it for his casino games, and that's about it. But that's pretty much literally the extent of it. He does not understand how to do Uber, not understand how to do maps, any of those kind of things. But if there was a cut down, simplified version of Uber on Android for a feature phone, I think that would be very useful for, again, an elder demographic, or just, you know, anyone that's not comfortable with smartphones yet. I think that would be really good for them, and I definitely could see that being the biggest reason why something like this should exist. Other than that, though, I mean, people use flip phones for burner phones. Phones that can't be tracked, obviously they wouldn't be getting this phone because this obviously opens you up to any vulnerabilities of the internet and Android. But again, let me know what you guys think. Overall, I'm curious about something like this that is a bit more advanced than what we've seen in the past. Again, it looks very limited in terms of all that it can do, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That is what I could see it as a use for. All right, and then, oops, I think I went away from that one, so we'll just go to the next one. All right, then we have Dish. Looks like it's finally closing in on their deal with T-Mobile, or Deutsche Telekom, which owns T-Mobile. And so this would allow T-Mobile and Sprint to finally merge. The big holdup, from what I believe, was that T-Mobile wanted to ensure that a bigger company could not buy Dish. Or that basically, if they did, they do not have to adhere to the 5 years of spectrum, I believe it was 5 years, that Dish would be required to have if they bought Boost Mobile. So that is the big thing that I agree with in a sense, because yeah, if Dish is, buys Boost Mobile, okay, they're going to try to be another carrier in this, along with the Spectrum and Infinities of the world. Spectrum, I believe, uses Verizon towers, and Xfinity, I forget which towers they use, but they're pretty much second tier, third tier tower mobile systems, so they're not very good. And basically, on any time when a lot of people are using their cell phones, your speeds are slowed down like crazy. If you're in Wi-Fi, that doesn't matter, but it's just something you should know with those kind of third tier systems. Now, that being said, if say Google or Amazon would be like, hey, if we buy this company, we get all this spectrum from T-Mobile for free, and they have to uphold it. I can see why that would be a problem, because T-Mobile's like, well, hell, they're using our bandwidth, everything that we paid for, to now beat us, and that is understandable. But hopefully this agreement has come to pass, and we will get the merger so that we can finally get some really cool new deals from them. And really, I do think this will improve T-Mobile's and Sprint network across the board. If Sprint does not win this, I believe they actually get T-Mobile Spectrum still for 5 years to use on top of their own. So Sprint will win a lot of ways, even if this doesn't go through. But I still do believe that Sprint will eventually go out of business without T-Mobile. So I do want this to go through, just so that another company doesn't have to go out of business, and all of their workers don't have to go out of business as well. All right, guys. So let's get to your questions. Let me start with all your questions in the comment section. We have a huge amount of them. I know a lot of people, again, didn't expect for us to go this late. I do apologize for the late recording, but again, me and my wife were recording a video for a tech review product. Okay. Do you think the Note 10 Plus has 4G? Do you think the Note 10 Plus will come with both 4G and 5G versions? Yes. I do believe that there will be a 4G and a 5G version, depending on your country and or carrier. That's what I believe. Is it worth it to upgrade from the Note 9 camera to the Note 10 Plus? And if it's worth upgrading from the Note 9 to the Note 10 as a whole package, including the performance. So for cameras, absolutely. Just to have a much better wide-angle camera, and from what we're hearing, a possibly much better telephoto camera, I think that itself would be worth it. I think the overall camera processing has definitely improved as well year over year, but having the more versatility would be the biggest thing. I absolutely love the wide-angle camera. I think it's so much better. And overall, I think the processing power has definitely gotten way better updates on the newer versions compared to the older ones. So yeah, I would definitely say yes, it's worth the upgrade, absolutely. In terms of the camera. Now, in terms of the overall thing, including performance is not going to be too much of a difference, to be honest. It's not, it's something that you might notice if you really push your phone to the limits. But performance, I think, is the least reason to update to it. I think it's more going to be the camera quality, definitely the way better battery life that you're going to get. Those are things that I would be more considerate of more than anything else. Let's see. Hello, Rick. Congrats on your invite. Thank you very much. The 5G version can switch from 4G LTE manually and automatically when 5G is on the area. All right. Should I upgrade my Mate 30 Pro 5G? Should I upgrade to the Mate 30 Pro 5G or to the Note 10 Pro 5G from an S8 Plus? Well, either one of those would be a huge upgrade from what you have right now from the S8 Plus. The S8 Plus is a great phone, but definitely if you want to go top tier, there are much better phones out there with way better camera and battery life and screen quality, brightness, like everything, all across the board. So with the Mate 30 Pro, it's really, we'll have to wait and see what we get from Huawei. But overall, I am definitely a fan of the Mate 20 Pro. It was definitely, I think it was my second best smartphone of last year. So yeah, definitely, it's really a great thing, and definitely, I think that either one will be great. We'll have to wait and see when we compare them how good both are. Disregard if you already went over the news today, but if not, can you run down what we know to expect for the Tab S? So did that already. Hi Ricky, how are you? OnePlus 7 Pro for 700 or S10 Plus for 800? Ooh. Honestly, I mean, right, those are the two phones I have on a daily basis. So I love both. I love the it's like fingerprint scanner, OnePlus. Screen Note is, or sorry, the S10 is brighter, but the OnePlus has that 90 hertz refresh rate, which I really don't notice, to be quite honest. But I love that it doesn't have a hole punch. I really do. It's so nice that the one and it really tells me how little I use my selfie camera. Like I really don't use my selfie camera that much because I never really kind of use this all that often to get this pop out screen. Like this never really comes out just because I don't really use the front screen a lot. So I just don't use it. So I don't usually get it a lot. I don't know. It's hard to say. We still are going to review the OnePlus 7 Pro. I just finished filming the video for the things you should do when you first get it. And we still have to do the hidden features. But overall, the OnePlus 7 Pro is really great. I would say the worst part about it could possibly be the charging. Just because with a direct connection, the Warp is absolutely amazing. It charges super fast. But I hardly ever have a Warp charger with me. Now I do have multiple phones, so I always like say for like a regular person, this would be great as long as you have the Warp charger in your car and the Warp charger in your home, then you're gonna be fine. But for me, my house is filled with wireless chargers that I cannot use with it, and I have other Type-C connections that again will not charge it fast. I also don't like that the Warp charger doesn't charge other products fast. Like, it doesn't charge any smartphone fast except for the OnePlus. So any smartphone you put on there, it doesn't charge your tablet fast. It doesn't charge your laptop fast. It doesn't charge anything else fast with that 45-watt charge. So those would be my downsides. Who knows? I'm sure it's something important. Oh, yes. Will the iPhone 11 be better than the Note 10 Pro? Hard to say, but as of right now, we have not really seen anything exciting about the iPhone 11. Review and love then, instead of tech and love, review and love. Yep, next week, tell the YouTube tech wife happiest of birthdays. Yes, I will let her know happy birthday when it's her birthday on the 30th. Yes, the notch, yes, the notch, excuse my language, it's not good, it's not a good thing. Yes, the notch? I'm not sure. What do you mean by that? Is Samsung still coming out in December with the Galaxy Fold with S Pen? Haven't heard anything about it. All Samsung executives are saying don't say anything about the Galaxy Fold right now. Not the executives. All of the U.S. team is being told, do not talk about the Fold. Fold doesn't exist. Don't talk about it. So I haven't caught wind of any more information other than all the leaks we're getting. But as of right now, they're saying that nothing about the Fold will really be harped on at Unpacked. So we'll have to wait and see. That's the design I want on the next Galaxy. A bit of bezel, camera on top, go minimal. Bezel on the bottom, no hole punch or moving parts. The notch is a bad word. Will the S11 have a flat screen like the S10e? Possibly. It'll have, like, you know, if it has an entry level just like the S10e, I think you'll definitely see a flat screen again. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Damn, I'm still on the Tab S. I need to catch up. Okay, I'm on the Tab 0. Why can't Samsung bring back the Note 10.1? Well, I mean, all their tablets are really Notes now. The Note doesn't go in the tablet. But really, every S tablet is a Note tablet because it comes with a pen, except for the S1. I think the S2 and S3 both came with pens. I know the S3 did. I'm not sure about the S2 now that I think about it. Unpacked is when? It's August 7th. It's on a Wednesday. And I will be taking nothing but red-eye flights. Yes. I'm buying one of each. I believe so. Oh, cool. I want a phone with nothing but screen on the front. You can put all the stuff on the back. Don't care about selfies. Yes, I think if a lot of people wouldn't care about selfies, we would be able to get a lot better looking screens on the front, for sure. Hey, Dinar Ballard, thank you so much. Any news on the Galaxy Watch? Still have the Gear S2. Yeah, you're going to get a Galaxy Watch Active 2 at the announcement in a few weeks. So in 3 weeks' time, I believe now. So like Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event, they will have the Galaxy Watch Active be announced. Ooh. Sorry about that. Felt like I was sinking in my chair. Which I'm going to be reviewing a new chair soon. So finally getting rid of this one. Going to have a nice, new, awesome looking chair. Because this one is falling apart on me at this point. Let's see. I have an S10 Plus, but buying a backup phone that would be best Moto G6, LG G6, Honor 10 Lite, or Nokia 6.1. So the LG G6, I will say, is the only one out of that lineup with wireless charging. I do also believe it is the best spec phone out of all of those. It's older, yes, but out of all those phones, I would say it's the best spec one. However, I will say, I mean, man, the G6 was like $100 on a Prime Day. So I don't know if any of those deals are still around. Check out our links for the Prime Video. It was on Monday, so when we released it. But all of our smartphones that were on sale were on there. See if any of those sales are still going on. Because even like the G7 was really low. I mean, like, you had a V35 for like, I think $300, which is insane for that kind of phone quality. But yeah, the G6 I think was for Motorola was like $100. So you should definitely be paying under $200 for that, because I think the G7 Power, which is a great phone, is $200. So that's normal price. So that one I would choose most over all of these, to be quite honest, if you just want a good backup phone, because that'll have a really good battery life too. So I would look into that one instead of the ones you mentioned. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. So Jason Bourne won't be buying that phone. Exactly. We are having a heat wave in NYC. Ooh. I was wondering, Liz, like last time I went to New York was my first time ever, and it was like freezing in there. I was like, Jesus, it's cold outside. And now I'm like, oh wait, now I'm going in the summer, so it's actually probably going to be hot. And now you guys are telling me it's a heat wave, so apparently it's really going to be hot. Like, how hot are we talking? Are you guys like in 100-degree weather? All my New Yorkers, let me know how it is out there right now. Whoa, whole bunch of questions loaded and the super chat. Which Note phone will have an SD card? So the Note Pro, or Note Plus rather, will have the SD card. The regular Note will not have an SD card. And again, quite honestly, we're going to do a video explaining this, but you do not want an SD card in the Note. The built-in storage is too fast. It would only be slowed down dramatically by an SD card. SD cards are still only anywhere from 100 megabits per second to 150, and your new internal storage is going to be 800 to 1000. Like, it's going to boggle your phone down tremendously. That's why they're going to start at 128 this time around, which is much better, and even 256. Let's see. please give a rundown of the Tab S6 pen functions. I will do that once we're at the event. How's the battery on the new Note? The battery on the new Note's going to be pretty good. Not that I have it right now, or not that my friend let me borrow the test one for a couple days. But overall, yeah, I would say it's going to be pretty good. Best laptop to use with a Cricut machine. Thinking of getting one for my wife. Her B-day is coming and coming up. Thanks, Ricky. Funny you should mention that. My wife totally has a Cricut machine. She absolutely loves it, and yeah, she does all these crazy things with it all the time. My daughter asked me to help her one time with the Cricut machine because my wife had given her like a thing to do, and I was like, I have no idea how to use this thing. It was a very complicated looking program. I'm sure it's easy once you get used to it. But yeah, my wife has a Dell XPS 13. Works perfectly with it. I'm sure there's lots of other ones that work great with it. But my wife has a 2-year-old or 3-year-old at this point. Dell XPS 13 works absolutely perfect with it. It was, I want to say, an i7 processor. But I don't necessarily know if there's any issues with it being, like, I don't know what the requirements for the Cricut machine are. But yeah, she uses a very lightweight Ultrabook, so it's fine. It doesn't have like a graphics card built in on it or anything like that. It's just the standard base one. So I can tell you that it doesn't need graphics intensive computer. So you just might want to get one with a good processor, possibly an i5, I would say at the lowest. Yeah. I see the LG G6 on eBay, brand new for $150. Considering buying it, I'm worried about boot loop and SD 2A1. Any good? What do you think? Yeah, no, I think it's pretty good. Although, geez, I mean, I saw the G7 for like $250 on eBay before. So like, I would go a little bit newer if possible, if it's around the same price point. But yeah, that would be my thing. I was looking at the G7 because I was thinking about it for, you know, a possibility for my daughter, because I want my daughter to have a wireless charging phone, and no one has made a cheap one yet. The S8 was on sale at eBay for like $250, and I definitely considered that one. Or sorry, not eBay, but for Prime Day, it was on sale for $250, and I was like, ooh, that is a good one for the price. But yeah, so overall, I'm curious to see where it'll eventually go. But yeah, for $150, G7's a good price, but G6 is a good price. But I think that one was the one with a lot of boot loop issues. So I might go for a newer one, to be quite honest. I'm really going to miss the fingerprint scanner on the back. LOL. I mean, I've not missed it at all. I have it on the Red Magic 3 over here, and it's good. It works very quickly, like when using it. Absolutely. So, you know, and this is like a thinner one too. It's like a very thin style one, and it works every time though, so I don't really have an issue with it. So yeah, it just depends on, I guess, what you're looking for. If you had to give one back, which one would it be? S10 Plus or OnePlus 7? I mean, I don't want to answer that because I don't want to be in bad standing with. I got a phone from one of them, and the other one invited me to a show. So I don't want to say anything bad about either one, but I would trade both of them in for the Note. How about that? There you go. I was reading an article about the other day, so apparently you will be able to add the Google Assistant to your Galaxy Watch. So you can do it. I was going to include that article actually here. It's been on a couple of different ones have covered it. Phone Arena, 9 to 5, Google, all these different places have covered it. Here's the thing. You can do it, but it's a very complicated thing. You literally have to install stuff onto the watch and stuff onto the phone. So it's not easy, but if you guys are interested, it's a complicated thing. If you guys are interested, let me know if you want me to do a video on how to get Google Assistant on the Galaxy Watch, and I will do it. Again, it's not the easiest thing. It's a bit more techy than I normally like to do, but if you guys are really interested in it, I'll try to do a simplified video of how to do it. What do you think of the next phase of Marvel movies? Natalie Portman as Thor is a huge mistake. So funny about that. So yeah, in terms of the next Marvel movies, I am pretty excited about it. We have 2 next year, and then we go back to 3 after. Next year we have Black Widow and the Eternals movie. Eternals are like gods. Basically, Thanos was an Eternal. So you have the Eternals, and then you have 3 movies after that. Shang-Chi, if I'm not mistaken, and the Seven Rings. So he's going to take on the real Mandarin. That Iron Man fought the fake Mandarin. Now you're going to see the real Mandarin. You're going to have that one. You're going to have, what was the other 2? Thor, which is Thunder and Love, or Love and Thunder, I forget what it's called. Which, yes, Natalie Portman will reprise her role as Jane Foster, but this time she's going to be the much better version of Jane Foster, which is in the comics, which turns into Lady Thor. Basically, she has cancer, and the hammer gives her power, so she's very strong while she has it, but at the same time, it's killing her because every time they inject her with chemotherapy, the thunder burns the chemotherapy up. So yeah, it's a very twisted kind of take, but it's also quite cool overall. She becomes bald in that one, so I wonder if she would take that. Is Natalie Portman a huge mistake as Thor? Overall, she seems more excited than she's been to play. Like, obviously she hated being in Thor 2, so she wasn't in Thor 3, but this time it's a much bigger role. I would say Natalie Portman's good when she's invested in the role and sucks when she's not invested. I mean, Star Wars, and now we have this with, again, Thor 2 was her worst performance I've seen. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded, and we got a super chat. Drink up. Michigan Gal 001 asks, which phone will have an SD card? The Note 10 Plus will have an SD card. All right. Where did we go from here? When do you think Samsung will release the Galaxy Home? Will you be getting one? I think Samsung is having some honestly second thoughts about the Galaxy Home. I don't think Bixby is a voice assistant that's good enough for that. I think you're much better off getting a Google Assistant, which completely has control over Samsung's smart things, which is Samsung's big claim to fame. And they would be much better off like having Google Assistant out of the box connected with your Samsung smart things, and just creating a Google Assistant speaker themselves. Let's see. Which, to be fair, JBL does create one, and Samsung owns JBL, so there you go. Interested on hearing about the new Galaxy Watch 2. Yeah, we talked about that. What do you think about the Nintendo Switch Lite? I think the Nintendo Switch Lite is fine for what it's created for kids. And I think I'm going to be more interested in is this going to have some good discounts towards the holiday season? Because if you get it at that price with the game, that is pretty good overall. So that will be really interesting to see how that goes. Do you know which Note will have an SD card slot? Again, the Note Plus. Why is there no UFS cards available in the market that you can buy? Also, any smartphone that have a built-in UFS card slots? I think like a Sony one did, but many smartphones do not have the much faster speeds of memory cards available. Let's see. Note 10 Snapdragon 855 Plus Exynos 98. It will not have the 855 Plus, from what I've heard. It's going to have the standard 855. And between the 9825, I have not done my research enough on the new Exynos processor. I'm going to have to wait to see how it is when it actually comes out. Will Huawei Oak OS destroy Android? No, they're pretty much backing off that entirely now. Also, Rigsby is coming. Cough in the description. Ah, yes, Rigsby is coming shirts. You can also get them in the description along with all of our other ones. My personal favorite, though, that we've ever had is the Tech Club shirt. I definitely love that one. That is my favorite. Rigsby 116 is not bad, of course, and it always goes with the clock up there. So you always have that, too. If you ever get a shirt and sport it on the channel, definitely post it and tag me on it, and I will definitely retweet it or repost it on my Instagram or Twitter or anything that you post it on. As long as it's, no nudity or anything like that underneath. What do you think of Johnny Ive leaving Apple, and will it affect the future of Apple? Honestly, Apple stuff has not looked good for a while, so I honestly don't think Johnny Ive was a part of a lot of things since the Apple Watch. I think that was his last big project, and everything since then hasn't looked amazingly great, so yeah, that's my thing. Rigsby said it's time to plug 51st date questions. All right, well, if you guys say so, then I will do it. Hey guys, just got reminded, of course, if you can, if you're going out on a date or know someone that's dating right now, have them download 51st Date Questions. It is the app that I made, and it's just a really great game to play, and that a lot of people have said they liked. It's a great game to play on a date. I think that a lot of people have fun with it and benefit from it. So yeah, if you have a date you want to go on, according to my viewers, you are 50% more likely to get a call back from the person you went on a date with if you play this game. That's again according to my viewers. All right, guys, and now that we have that out of the way, our weekly plug. Thank you for reminding me about that, MFX. Let's get to there. Let's see. Good evening. Question: Pixel Watch or Galaxy Watch, or whatever they call it. Are they going to make a watch for the Pixel Pros? Hearing things, but seeing nothing. That has been talked about since last year, and Google didn't do it. So I don't know how much money they want to invest in the smartwatches. They've obviously backed out of tablets now. So maybe a smartwatch would be a good secondary thing to go to. But we'll have to wait and see. It's not until October, so it's still a little bit while away. I bet there's honestly still probably trying to figure out if they want to release it or not right now. It was 100 today, but cooler tomorrow. Okay, so similar to where I live. I live in the Valley of Los Angeles, and yeah, we're in the hundreds right now. NYC, I work outside it. It's sucked. The week should be cooler. Okay. Hopefully it'll be cool by the time I get there. Then it's still 3 weeks away. So we'll have to see what the weather's like then. Hey, Ricky, is charging the OnePlus 7 Pro slowly overnight hurt the battery? Thanks. Overall, charging your phone overnight is still never a good thing. It just, because of the heat that it takes from your phone, it's not a good thing. So it's never recommended. That's at the end of the line. It's not recommended. More so because of heat. Yeah, just, it's still not recommended. Yes, the old stuff isn't an issue, but there's new stuff that still is an issue. So yes, not recommended. I went outside for 10 minutes and thought I was going to pass out. Wow. Need to come experience this Texas heat. Oh, I've been to Texas. I've been to Dallas, Texas a couple of times, and it was either, yeah, very cold or hot. But luckily I was in hotels only for that stay for the most part. So never too bad. The coldest I've ever been, though, is definitely still Chicago. That one took the crown for the coldest I've ever been. Let's see. That's not outside. That's not outside. That's a frying pan. It was 98 degrees in New Jersey. Now it's 78 at midnight. So yeah, or 76 at midnight. So yeah, same about here. We get in the 60s at night, but definitely during the day it's over in the hundreds. Does Samsung S10 front camera have optical stabilization? Yes, it does. What happened to the Google Watch? Honestly, they just didn't do it last year, so we'll have to wait and see if they do it again later. Is the Samsung S10 going to be faster memory DRAM than the Note 9? Read Samsung is currently developing DDR5. I do believe so, but I'm not positive if it'll be the DDR5. I think it was just a faster form of DDR4X. but I could be wrong. I don't think that this one will make it. Oh, come on. The real Mandarin after Endgame? Sigh. Well, again, so there will be no Avengers movie in Phase 4. There might be a Fantastic Four movie where they make their debut, and there will be a new Blade, but that'll be in Phase 5, Blade. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot going on with that whole system. But it does not look like we will get back the whole realm of Captain America and Tony Stark anymore in Marvel. Samsung owns JBL. Why don't they use their speakers and headphones? Because when they bought Harman, who owns JBL, AKG, and Harman Kardon, they decided to use AKG as that brand tended to have more prestige than JBL. JBL, I would say, was a more household name, but you compare it more with like UE and standard headphones qualities, whereas AKG was seen as higher quality. So Samsung tunes all of their stuff with AKG technology instead of JBL technology. But yes, they own JBL, Harman Kardon, and AKG, as most people know, for the AKG part, because all their headphones have been AKG labeled. Will Samsung do a trade-in with the Tab S6? Yes, but their tablet trade-ins are awful. Do not do them. You really don't get that much money for your tablets. Still don't understand the Huawei ban. If I have a Mate 20 Pro, after 90 days pass, can I still use Google Play Store, or just the new Huawei phones coming with it will be affected? Okay, so that has really changed, to be quite honest. As of before, when the ban was happening in full effect, yes, it would have been after 90 days. You would not be getting updates after that fact. And the new phones could not come with it anymore. They would still get the standard security parts from what we were being told, but it was very, nothing was ever completely clear about it, to be honest. But now it looks like that ban is no longer going to be effective. So that part of the ban is gone. Which phones have the best speakers? I would say the OnePlus 7 Pro is probably the loudest, and I would say sound quality is probably between the S10 Plus and the iPhone XS Max. Let's see. Was that the tech wife texting? No. Although yes, we are getting a stream warning limit, aka don't get Ricky in trouble. Don't get the pregnant wife angry mad alert. Which is why AKG earbud headphones. Yes, exactly. That's why you always have those. No, that was part of this. I really didn't know, you couldn't get out of certain group chats. It's weird, but I've been a part of this group chat for someone's birthday that I have no idea who they are, or I don't remember who they are, and I've been getting these texts from them, and I just want to say, I don't care about your birthday party, but it was supposed to be today, so hopefully I won't get any texts from that anymore after today. But yeah, any other questions, guys? We are winding down our time here, but if you have any other questions, I still will answer them before I leave. Again, no Mobile Weekly next week, so know that. No Mobile Weekly next week, and I will be doing a vlog, though, so hopefully I'll be able to do some vlog stuff while I'm out. While I'm in Vegas. I think I'm going to try to do that Marvel station that looks like a Marvel experience that's in Vegas, so I think I'll try to do that. But yeah, I don't know what else I'll do while I'm there. Will the Galaxy Buds be free gift for pre-ordering the Note, or what about the 45-watt charger? So 45-watt charger will not come in the box. So that will not come in the box, and the Galaxy Buds being a free gift, I do not believe so, to be quite honest. Yeah, I don't believe that they will be, but they will have some kind of pre-order gift. It could be the Galaxy Buds. I don't know how well that would go, just because there was a lot of people that didn't get theirs last time. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Any words on the release of the Galaxy Fold? No. Like I said earlier, a lot of Samsung personnel that I know have been told, like, do not talk about the Fold. You do not know what's anything. We're not talking about anything about the Fold from until we get word, basically. Until we get official press releases. Yeah. What can you do in Vegas? Well, it's different, but when you're with the family, right? So I'm going to be with my daughter and my pregnant wife. So obviously, not all the things that a lot of people would do while in Vegas. I've been to several bachelor parties, including my own in Vegas, where I did very different things than what I would do now. Overall, though, yeah, I mean, Vegas is just fun. It can be fun. I would do like I'm probably gonna go to the Circus for my daughter. That's something I did when I was young. Um, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see what's there. I don't know what museums are there. I really like this like CSI thing they had back in the day. It was really fun. And me and my wife did it. I think we were still dating at that time. It was like our second year together, or something like that. But it was really fun. You solved a mystery, so I thought that was cool. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to do in Vegas for family things. Let's see. Will they discount the Tab S6 if you pre-order the Note? No, as far as I know, there's not going to be any kind of connection with those. Let me borrow the Note 10 on the table for a month. No, you cannot borrow this Note 10 because my friend has to have it for work, so Samsung doesn't suspect that he lent it to me. So no, I mean, there's no Note 10 on my table. Stop trying to trick me. Um, will you get the 5G or the 4G Note? I will get the 4G Note unless the 5G has something really good besides 5G, because 5G is pointless. In these 6 months, if you guys saw, or actually, that's right, I was gonna do a video on that. They released the maps for 5G, like real 5G, for AT&T and T-Mobile. I'm gonna see if I can find out the Sprint and the Verizon versions, but they are a joke. Like, if you live in the downtown area in these 5 cities, you can get 5G. Everywhere else, you don't get 5G. Congratulations. Thank you for buying the 5G phone. That is pretty much what it is. It's pathetic how little 5G there actually is out there. It is not worth getting 5G at all, whatsoever. No, you should not get 5G. Gaming bachelor party. What are your thoughts on the Samsung A80? Um, Overall, yeah, I would say the A80. Let me check this one out because I have gotten so confused with all A series. So the A80 is the flip one that is in Europe. And yeah, it looks really cool. And I love the fact that it rotates the camera. Yeah, I think if you're in a country that supports it, then great. I know that I only believe there is a version for India, so I couldn't get it here, or it wouldn't work very well at all here with the bands difference are completely different over there. So yeah, some countries are supported by it with the bands if they're similar. I believe a lot of places in Europe could support it, but not in the U.S. Will you get the 45-watt charger? Sure, as long as it's not proprietary. I mean, because I have 60-watt chargers, right? So, do I have to have the Samsung 45-watt charger? Because if I can plug in my 60-watt Type-C charger into my Note 10 Plus, then why wouldn't I just do that? And that way I can also charge my laptop with it. So, I don't always see the 45-watt chargers as that something good, but yeah, we'll see. How many years have you been on YouTube? I've been on YouTube since 2011, so 8 years now. 8 years. Been doing it for a while. How much do you think I could get for my Tab S3? I would probably say about probably 300. I mean, depending on where you're selling it or anything like that, I believe you could probably get 300 for at least 250. A Samsung trade-in will probably give you like 100, 150 for it. So yeah, I think you can get more money for selling it or trading it in than you would get normally. All right, guys. Any last questions before we call it a night? Let me know in the comment section right now. All these phones here. All right. If not, I guess we will call that a show. So again, no Mobile Weekly next week. So I need some extra thumbs up tonight for that. Yeah, we'll have some videos up. We'll have that special one with the YouTube Tech wife on the channel this week. It was pretty funny, and I got some bloopers. So, yeah, I always love getting bloopers. Yeah, there will be some fun stuff there. How much will you get for the trade-in on the Note 9 for the Note 10? I believe at least 400, if not 500, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys. So yeah, make sure you click that like button. It really does help out the channel. YouTube is really recommending a lot of videos more based on likes now, so definitely hit that like button. It definitely helps us out. And like next week, I will be getting a haircut again. So here is a preview of that now. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RCKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.